So today we'll be covering up with the marketing mix concept in your subject, which is principles of marketing. So what marketing mix is? It is often said that marketing makes the world go around. It's a broader concept, you can say. Marketing and all its elements have become so synonymous with business and products that one cannot imagine a world without marketing. In fact, marketing along with marketing mix plays an essential role in our economies also. So the definition of marketing makes you can describe it as a combination of elements used to promote your product or service. If we talk about today's life, today's dynamic world, everything is available on social networking, social media, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. Before rendering the service or before buying the product, what today people do, because of their busy life, people prefer to see the reviews first. They see the various blogs of people who are providing the reviews about the projects. Physical evidence that is much more important in today's life if you want to promote your product, if you want to get successful in your marketing line. So it's a process of identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements with the purpose to make profits. In this process, marketing managers and marketing representatives have to take various marketing decisions to make the operations profitable. So they have to decide what combination of marketing policies and procedures to be adopted to bring out desired behavior of trade and consumers at the minimum cost. So they have to decide how can advertising, personal selling, pricing, packaging, channels, warehousing, and other elements of marketing be manipulated and mixed to make marketing operations profitable. So more specifically, they have to decide a marketing mix, a decision-making method in relation with the product, price, promotion, and distribution. So if we talk about the marketing mix, the piece of marketing mix, there are various pieces of, there are 7 pieces of marketing mix, which are of the product and of the service. And all these categories fall into a definition, which is called a marketing mix. So these variable elements, which are based upon the analysis of 4 pieces of product, which are, you can say, product, price, place, and promotion. Marketing mix is also considered an essential marketing theory that all business people should know in order to be conversant in the field of marketing. So the marketing mix is defined by the use of marketing tool that combines a number of components in order to become harder and solidify a product's brand and to help in selling the product or service. Product-based companies have to come up with the strategies to sell their products, and coming up with the marketing mix is one of them. So the term marketing mix was introduced by Neil Gordon in his article, The Concept of Marketing. He learned about it in the research bulletin on the management of marketing costs written by his associate Professor James Culleton in 1948. In the study of manufacturers' marketing costs, he described the business executive as decider, an artist, a mixer of the ingredients, who sometimes follow a recipe prepared by others, sometimes prepares his own recipe as he goes along, sometimes adapts a recipe to the ingredients immediately available, and sometimes experiments with or invents ingredients no one else has tried. So basically, the term marketing mix that was introduced by Neil Gordon. But according to the Philip Kotler, Philip Kotler, the father of management economic theory, he says that marketing mix, it's the combination of 4 elements, which is product, price, promotion, and place, that every company has the option of adding, subtracting, or modifying in order to create a desired marketing mix. He says that all these 4 elements fall into a category which is called the marketing mix. To promote your product, to get successful in the marketing world, the main thing is the product, that what product you are making. Then the price, what price you will higher for that particular product according to the quality, according to the quantity. After the price, where you want to promote your product, like what categories you will be using to promote your product, the advertising part, the social networking sites, from the newspapers, from the hoardings and all, how you want to promote it, and the place, the distribution channel, that where you want to place your product, whether you want it directly from the wholesalers to the customers, or from wholesaler to retailer to the customer, or the small outlets, or the and also the places either in the rural areas or in the urban area. So all these four elements fall into a category which is called the marketing mix. So the marketing mix is a marketing tool used by the marketing professionals. It is often crucial when determining product or brand's offering. And it is also called the 4 P's of marketing, which is product, price, promotion, and place of marketing. However, in the case of services of different nature, the 4 P's have been explained to the 7 P's or the 8 P's. In the recent times, giving more importance to a customer, a new concept have been introduced, that is the concept of 4 C's. The concept of 4 C's is more customer driven replacement of 4 P's. So 4 P that is related with the product, whereas the 4 C's that is related with the concept of customer, that is customer oriented system. So according to Lauterbon, the 4 C's are consumer, cost, communication, and convenience. So according to Shimizu, the 4 C's are the commodity, cost, communication, and channel. So before moving to the 4 P's of marketing, first we would like to understand in the one-to-one interaction that how does it work? Marketing mix, working of marketing mix. So you can easily analyze that there when no two products are promoted in exactly the same way. Take an example of any two products. You can take the example of Cadbury and Nestle. So therefore, marketing managers develop product marketing plans based on their analysis and interpretation of many factors. The factors which contribute in all these marketing mix are the product attributes, like the features, the benefits, the proof points of the particular product, the characteristics of that particular product, then the target audience, like who will buy their product, when they are making the product, who will buy this product, what problems will this product solve, what media does the target audience prefer, where can we find them online, in print, or on the airwaves. Then the price, if is it expensive, it's an expensive product, or it falls some in between the expensiveness and the less priceness. Then the brand, what is the company's overall brand, the reputation of that particular product, what is the brand promise, how does this product fit into the brand. So, once these questions are answered by the marketing managers, they are able to craft a marketing mix strategy by a tactical plan as well. So the marketing mix becomes part of tactical plan and describe the elements that will achieve the product sales goals. So in this short video, you will be able to see that what all the categories fall into all the 4 P's of marketing, which is product, price, promotion, and place.
The marketing mix. It's a combination of the 4 P's: product, price, promotion, and place. When we talk about product, we mean things like the quality of the product, the design, the packaging it's sold in, and the brand. Price not only refers...
So whenever we see a product, what comes into our mind, that what is the quality of the product? Like how's the packaging of that particular product, what is the design of that particular packaging, and definitely the brand, because when someone has the affordability to buy the branded product and someone who is not able to buy that particular product, he or she will analyze the price between the branded and normal product, and if there will be a very less margin and the price for categories between the same is almost the same, definitely that person will provide the branded product just because of the reputation and goodwill of that particular product.
To the retail price, but also any discounts. Do you accept payment plans? Are there any specific credit terms if the customer has to borrow money to buy your product?
So after analyzing all the product categories, price comes into the mind, that whether we should buy this product at the wholesale price or at the retail price. What discount this product, this company is offering us? What are the payment plans for this? And what are the credit terms? Like if they are offering by using the credit card or the debit card, all these things, all these categories, because there are various offers through the credit card. If we talk about you can say any brand, any good brand, electronics as well. There is a plan by the HDFC Bank that if you pay from your credit card, you will get some cashback either back or you will get some discount. All these things you must have seen at Zomato as well. Zomato, they provides the various benefits plans of pricing.
Promotion deals with any advertising. Personal selling. Are there salespeople? Public relations? Emails? Anything that gets the word out.
So in promotion, what types of promotional techniques you will be using to sell that particular product? Whether it's advertising through print media, through social networking, whether it's personal selling, like door-to-door selling, like public relations, that how much cordial relations you have with your society, with your colleagues, and through emails.
Place. Do you have a retail location or a storefront? Do you deliver? Can the product be downloaded? Basically, all distribution methods. Let's say you want to sell hamburgers. Let's say you want to sell hamburgers.
So next comes the place, again, where you want to distribute the product, whether in the rural area, whether in the urban area, what mode of delivery you will be using, the transportation you will be providing.
Let's say you want to sell hamburgers. Great, but first you need to know your target market. Who are you going to sell hamburgers to? Well, hello there. Your target market will affect your 4 Ps. In this case, you'll want a very high-end hamburger. Consider a product that features truffles, which are super expensive stinky mushrooms. Oh, that sounds delightful. You're going to have to charge a lot because your cost will be high. $25. A good promotion might be an advertisement in Fancy Pants magazine. And a perfect place to sell the hamburger would be at the Polo Club. Okay, but what if we have a different target market? What about this guy? Peace man. This marketing mix won't work for him. Consider a vegetarian burger. You won't be able to charge much. You may even have to loan him money. Thanks, dude. Including good karma fries will encourage him to spread the word. And selling them in a public park would be a good idea. Okay, but what about this target market? Arrgh. Again, we should adapt the marketing mix. He spends a lot of time at sea, so waterproof packaging would be a good idea. He doesn't have any cash, but has plenty of goats on board. Who doesn't love a free Viking helmet? Ooh. And you'll need to deliver. So there you have it. The 4 Ps make up the marketing mix. Product, price, promotion, and place.
So fine, according to the product, according to the person, according to that product and the customer, both should be balancing between the both is necessary. The product should be provided by following all the categories, by following the target of the customer as well. So now talking about the 4 P's of marketing. Marketing mix is the combination of marketing tools that a company uses to satisfy their target customer and achieving organization goals. McCarthy classified all these marketing tools in under 4 broad categories, although the marketing mix was introduced by Neil Gordon. But McCarthy classified all these marketing tools into 4 basic main categories, which is the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. If I talk about the product you can say, even you can the best marketing mix strategy can fail if underlying product concept is faulty. If whether you spend a lot of money on the advertising, on promotion, on place, on price, everything gets failed if there is any fault in the product. So the main basic P of marketing is the product. The first step is to deeply analyze the product's features, that what are the benefits and advantages over the competition. Competitive analysis can help to determine the differentiating features of the product that can be highlighted in the marketing material. These 4 elements are basic components of marketing plan and collectively called 4 P's of marketing. 4 P's pertain more to physical product than the services. Below is an illustration of marketing mix like product, place, price, and promotion. So if I talk about the product, I already told you that it's one of the main P of marketing. If the product is faulty, definitely all the other P's goes into vain. So in the product, the total service product, the core product, the supplementary services, the facilitating services, and the supporting services. For example, we buy a car. Definitely the customer will ask us what are the after sale services of your particular organization. Like if there is any fault in my car, what are the benefits you will be providing after I buy this product? So everything comes into the P, the product of marketing mix. Then comes price. So if I talk about the pricing products, it is both an art as well as in science. The price point for any product, it must be profitable for the company. You can say by covering the cost and adding an adequate margin, which is the profit margin. So beyond that, determining retail price is a matter of comparing similar products in the market, their price points, what price the target market is willing to pay, and how to leverage the psychological impact of the price. So what price concludes? The cost based, the demand based, the operations based, the competition based, and the relationship based. You can also analyze it by depending on the target audience and the brand strategy. The final price may point be the luxury price, the bargain price, or something. It should fall in between. Then comes place. So place may happen either in the online or in the store, but knowing where people are likely to encounter, discover, and learn about products is the essential. Like where the product you should sell, whether on the online portals or whether in the retailing stores. We have to assess first that what will be beneficial for our product. We have to assess the location, whether it should be provided in the rural or in the urban areas, whether it should be, look where else we can provide that, even if the retail outlets or on the online portals. Then the delivery services, what delivery services we will be providing, what transportation we will be using to deliver that particular product, or the electronic delivery, the email delivery, like it should be on the internet, on the mail, that will be providing you the products on 30th of October, and give notification of yes from your side. Then there is a selling of the product, and the products are being delivered to the person through electronic mail. So place, you can occasionally be easy to find as well. Goal enthusiast, for instance, will provide interact with the new clubs at golf courses and the pro shop, it might not be easy to determine where consumers might interact with the new flavor of ice cream. Unlike golfers, the list could extend from the supermarkets to convenience stores, restaurants, foods, trucks, and special events. So it depends upon the customer as well. From the video, we analyze that hamburger, that quality, that pricing, everything of that hamburger changed according to the needs, the requirements, the demand of the customer. Then promotion. So promotion, that internal marketing, direct marketing, advertising, and other promotional methods as well. Like today, if we talk about, it's blogging. So promotion refers to the activities chosen to advertise the product and how to distinguish and differentiate in the marketplace. People often equate promotion with the marketing, but without the other piece of marketing, which is product, price, and place. It's difficult to find the right promotional method mixed without wasting time and money. So these are all the 4 P's of marketing. We will do it in detail. Then after doing all these 4 P's, we'll move to the another 3 P's of services. So first one, it's the product. So a product is a commodity or built to satisfy the need of an individual or a group. The product can either be tangible or intangible, whether it's a product which is ready or intangible. You can say the services to be rendered, as it can be formed in the form of services. For example, you go to a salon for your hair services. If you buy a product which is a shampoo and conditioner, that is called a product. And if you go there for your head bath, that is the service. Although the products they are using are shampoo and conditioner, but it is called the service because you are getting the head bath from them. It is important to do extensive research before developing a product, as it has a fluctuating life cycle from the growth phase to the maturity phase to the decline phase. A product has a certain life cycle that includes the growth phase, the maturity phase, and the sales decline phase. The product life cycle, it's been categorized into 3 categories: the growth phase, when the product is growing; the maturity phase, when the product has reached to the maturity level, everyone knows about the particular product, about the brand, about the loyalty of that particular product; and sales decline phase at the maturity phase, when you are offering nothing new about that particular product, you stick on that particular product, that product leads to sales decline phase. So moreover, if you want to get successful in the marketing, you should keep on changing about that particular product. The updations is necessary. If we talk about the Cadbury, so Cadbury keeps on updating the product on very timely basis. How? By introducing the new chocolates, by adding the different flavors. As well, if we talk about the Apple iPhone, every year they keeps on updating their phone by adding one or another feature, just to so that they should not get the decline phase. They should grow in each and every phase of their marketing life. So it is important for marketers to reinvent their products to stimulate more demand once it reaches the sales decline phase. It should create an impact in the mind of the customers, which is exclusive and different from the competitor's product. There is an old saying stating for marketers, what can I do to offer a better product to this group of people than my competitors. So this strategy also helps the company to build brand value by taking the feedback as well. So while formulating the marketing strategy, the product decisions are to include, which are what to offer, what should be the brand name, what should the appearance, how should be the packaging, what should be the quality, what should be the functions of this particular product, what all accessories I should give with this particular product, installation of that particular product, again after sales services and warranty. So before, you know, offering a product, before making a product, while formulating the marketing strategy, all these decisions which are related to product decision, we should have in mind if you want to start up your own business or if you want to get successful in your marketing line. So next comes the price. Another P of marketing is price. The price is very much important component of marketing mix definition. The price of the product is basically the amount that a customer pays for to enjoy it. Price the most critical element of the marketing plan because it dictates a company's survival and profit. Adjusting the price of the product even a little bit has a big impact on the entire market, as well as greatly affected the sales and demand of the product in the market. So things to keep on mind while determining the cost of the product are competitor's price, list price, the location of that customer, discounts, offers, terms of sales, etc. So price includes the pricing strategies of the company for this product, how much customers should pay for the product. Pricing strategy not only related to the profit margins, but also helps in finding the target customers. Pricing decisions also influence the choice of marketing channels. So price decisions includes pricing strategy, list price, payment period, discounts, financing, credit terms. So using price is a weapon for rivals is as old as mankind, but it's risky as well. So consumers are often sensitive for price, discounts, and additional offers. Another aspect of pricing is that expensive products are considered of good quality. So it's a human tendency, it's a human fact. Whenever we see that there is 10% discount on this product, automatically from our inner urgeness, the stimulus from our inner urgeness that leads to buying that product. Why? Just because of that particular word which is discount. So if we talk about the Zomato as well, you see. So all these factors which are included in the pricing decisions, they are pricing strategy, what kind of strategy you will be using to introduce the product, the list price, the payment price, the discount, financing terms, and the credit terms. Then comes place. So another P of marketing mix, another P of product marketing mix, that is place. Place may happen either online or in the store, but knowing where people are likely to encounter, discover, and learn about the product is essential. If we talk about the toys, if we talk about the children, so whenever children go to the mall, children prefer going to the outlets of the gaming zones rather than into the stores of apparels. So Hamleys is another one of the bigger brands of toys. You will be definitely seeing that Hamleys automatically, they don't have their retail outlets, but they have most of the Hamleys outlets are in the malls because children come along with their parents in the malls because in the malls parents are able to get their products, which are either the apparel, the shoes and all, and children get attracted toward that particular toys gaming zone. So place can occasionally be easy to find. So we should position and distribute our product in the place that is easily accessible to potential buyers and customers. It not only includes the place where the product is placed, all those activities performed by the company to ensure the availability of the product that is targeted customer. Availability of the product at right place, at right time, and in the right quantity is crucial in placement decisions. So placement decisions are placement where the product is to be placed. Distribution channels, what channels you should use in distributing the product, whether from wholesaler to customer, whether from wholesaler to retailer to customer, whether from wholesaler to retailer to mercantile agents to the customer, logistics, what logistics you will be using in delivering that particular product, inventory, order processing, the process you will use in delivering that product, the timing in that order processing, market coverage, how much market you are covering. Like if you are getting some rural area, what all the villages will be covered in that particular product placing, and selection of channel members. So all these categories, all these factors comes under the placement P of marketing mix. Then comes the promotion. So promotion, you can say it refers to the activities which we choose to advertise our product and how to distinguish and differentiate in the marketplace. So people often equate promotion with the marketing, but without another piece, which is the product, price and place. It's a marketing communication process that helps the company to publicize the product and its features to the public. It is most expensive and essential component of marketing mix that helps to grab the attention of the customer. So right advertisement, you can say, that is very much important to promote the product. If we say that if a man model is told to advertise the fairness cream of women, so that will be a negative impact, because so that right thing, right advertising channel should be used as a right promotional technique if you want to get successful in the marketing. So most of the marketers use promotional tactics to promote their product and reach out to the public or the target audience. The promotion might include the direct marketing, advertising, personal branding, sales promotion, etc. Promotion includes all the communication and selling channels activities to pursue the future prospects to buy the product. And the promotion decisions include advertising, media type, message, budgets, sales promotion, personal selling, public relation, direct marketing. So it often takes time and requires market research to develop a successful marketing mix. You should not depend on one mix. Always try all the mixes to get successful, to get the efficient and effectiveness in your organization. So while designing the marketing mix, make changes to all the mixes in such a way that all conveys the same message. So don't confuse your customers by just changing one variable and keeping the rest the same. So these are the 4 P's of marketing, which is product, price, place, and promotion. Take 2-3 minutes to go through these P's. So let's take an example of marketing mix strategy. So Jane, who is a marketing and manager for a simple smartphone, a new smartphone developed for older people. So he researched that people who are 60 and above, they revealed that the newer generation of smartphones are difficult to use. So Jane's company took that information and developed a new product to compete the other smartphone markets, whether it's an Apple or whether it's the Samsung Galaxy and other similar phones as well. So the things, the factors in all the 4 P's of marketing, he suggested which should be, easily handleable by the people, by the old age people to use that particular product for. If I talk about the P in this example, in the product, he thought that product should be large handled phone with the Wi-Fi or the cell signals. Either it should be 4G or 5G, extra large buttons to dial the numbers because of their eyesight, high constraint screen, easy and faster charging, and camera easy to find. And if I talk about the price, the base model, he started it with $99 and upgraded phone with greater memory capacity with $199. All phone comes with a free case and charger, no monthly contract, and pay as per your affordability and as per your model. And place, we suggested, so it should be sold it as various Walmarts and directly by the malls, from the magazine advertisements as well, in the newspaper advertisements as well, and it can either be sold directly from the mall or from the website. And promotional technique, he use the dedicated landing page, Facebook ads, magazine ads, and television commercials on select regional networks. So another example, if I talk about the Tiffany and Company, the Greater Diamond Company, what they use, so Tiffany and Company applying product as their competitive edge, their signature of diamond cut, which you also called as a Tiffany True Cut, that is only available at their store. But the Tiffany blue of their packaging, that is so different, so distinctive, that Pantone company has even the name, even named the color after the brand. So if I talk about Apple as well, Apple, they just focus on the product innovation as quadrant to leverage for their competitive edge in their marketing mix. So although it has memorable advertising, the product design that sets Apple is apart from all other phone brands. So another 3 P's of marketing services, that are people, process, and physical evidence. So the 7 P's model is a marketing model that modifies the 4 P's model. As marketing mix, 4P is becoming an old trend, and nowadays marketing business needs deep understanding of the rise in new technology and concept. So 3 more new P's were added in the old 4 P's model to give a deep understanding of the concept of marketing mix. First one is the people. So the company's employees are important in marketing because they are the one who deliver the service to the client. So I told you before doing the piece that people who, the employees, they should very well know about the product they are providing in their organization and about all the services they are being providing in their organization. So it is important to hire and train the people, right people, to deliver the superior service to the clients, whether they run a support desk, customer service, copywriters, programmers, etc. It is very important to find people who are genuinely believe in the products or services that the particular business creates, as there is a huge chain of giving their best performance. So adding to it, the organization should accept the honest feedback from the employees about the business and should input their own thoughts and passions which can scale and grow in the business. So whenever we go to a reputed restaurant or reputed salon, they give us the feedback form, the feedback book. The employees, they suggest us to give the feedback regarding the personal, regarding the individual, and regarding the organization as well. Why? So that we should able to know the flaws of our employees as well as organization, and we should try to recover it as soon as possible. The next P is the process. P of marketing mix. So we should always make sure that business process that should be very organized and well structured and verified regularly to avoid the mistakes and minimize the cost. So to maximize the profit, it is important to tighten up the enhancement process. We should use the right process in providing the product, whether it covers the all piece of the marketing. Then the physical evidence, like whenever you go to a store or whenever we go to a restaurant, the first thing in our mind comes, it's on ambience, that what kind of ambience they are providing, what resources they have in their company, in the organization, the attractiveness, that whenever you see that restaurant or whenever you see that organization, you automatically get attracted towards that particular thing. And if we talk about the food, nowadays it's in trend. Before eating, what we do, we take a picture first for just putting it on the social media. And what comes into our mind? The picture. the attractiveness of that picture, the attractiveness of the food, the physical evidence of the food. So that is considered as one of the most important P of marketing service. So in the service industry, there should be physical evidence that services was delivered. A concept of this branding, this is branding, for example, when you think of the fast food, you think of KFC. When you think of, suppose the name are Nike and Adidas, which comes into your mind. So these are the another P's of marketing, which is people, the employees, the process, the well-structured and organized process to be used to avoid the mistakes and minimize the cost, and physical evidence. Like whenever it's basically a concept of branding, the physical evidence, the attractiveness. So go through these 3 P's once. Next comes the 4 C's, the customer-oriented model of marketing mix. First one, it's the consumer. In this model, the product is replaced by the consumer. Marketer focus more on the customer satisfaction. The product is designed and produced keeping in consideration the requirements of consumers. So before rendering the product, first thing, the main thing is the customer satisfaction. If the customer is not satisfied by your product, automatically the product is replaced by the consumer only. So the first model of marketing mix, see, that is customer, consumer, satisfaction of customer. It should be consumer oriented. Secondly, cost. Price is replaced by the cost. So here the cost refers to the total cost of owning the product. It includes cost to use the product, cost to change the product, and cost of not choosing the competitor's product as well. So before rendering all the services, this thing should be in the mind of the seller as well as the buyer, the cost of that particular product. Then the communication. So promotion is replaced by communication. How? Because communication, it includes advertising, public relation, personal selling, and any other method that is being used for proper, timely, and accurate communication between the marketer and the consumer. Like it should not be like this, that they are advertising their product on just the Star Plus channel, on where daily soaps come, and that advertisement is related to children. Children are not watching the daily soaps and they'll not be able to get the communication of that particular product. So communication should be, accessible according to the age, according to the demand of the customer. Then convenience. So P, place, is replaced by the convenience. It focuses on ease of mind. Like as you see that today customer, even we talk about ourselves, we don't have time to go to the market, to spend a lot of time on the market. We should see that convenience of the product that should be easily approachable to us. So P, which is place of marketing mix, is replaced by the C, which is convenience of customer oriented model of marketing mix, which focuses on ease of buying, convenience in reaching to the store product, and convenience in getting the product information. So all these 4 C's, they replace the 4 P's of marketing. C, replace the P, product of marketing. C, cost, replace the P, price of marketing. C, communication, replace the P, promotion of marketing. And C, convenience, replace the P, place of marketing. Then the marketing mix products. So there are 3 kinds of products: the tangible products, the intangible products, and the services. So all the products, all the items which have some physical presence, such as a car, electronic device, shampoos, conditioners, any item of apparel or consumer goods, that are called the tangible products. And intangible products, all those items which don't have any physical presence, but they can be felt indirectly. For example, you can say insurance policy, a software, the music, video files, that are the intangible products. And if I talk about the services, they are also intangible, but they are a result of an economic activity that doesn't result in the ownership. So you take a head bath from a salon, you don't take the ownership of that particular shampoo and or the conditioner. You are just rendering the services. So services depend highly on who is performing them and remain difficult to reproduce exactly. So these are the three products, which is the tangible, intangible, and services. Talking about the advantages and disadvantages of marketing mix. Advantages: it simplifies and brings together concepts of marketing into one, making marketing easier to do and manage. It allows the separation of marketing from other company activities and delegation of marketing tasks to the specialist. It enables a company to vary its marketing activities according to the resources, market conditions, customer needs and preferences, and decisions cannot be made on marketing mix element without taking into account its impact on the other elements. So these are the advantages of marketing mix, why this is important for our market to get successful in this dynamic world. And disadvantages: it does not consider client behavior, but it is internally oriented. It considers client as passive, but it doesn't allow interaction and cannot capture the relationships. It does not take into the account the unique element of service marketing. It is indicated in that singular, but most companies do not sell a product in isolation. Sellers sell product line, or brands, all interconnected in the mind of the consumer. So whenever we think of, again, talking about Cadbury, we see that Cadbury has various chocolates of various sizes, of various flavors, with the various taglines as well. So the marketing mix does not mention building relationship with the consumer that has a major marketing focus, or the brand experiences that consumers buy. These are the advantages and disadvantages of marketing mix. So before moving to the polls, I want to show you a video regarding the secret behind the Coca-Cola marketing strategy.
We're going to be talking about the marketing campaigns of the Coca-Cola Company. Coca-Cola was first invented within an Atlanta-based pharmacy by Dr. John Pemberton in May 1886. Initially sold at local soda fountain counters, growing demand and the idea of making the beverage portable led to bottling the sparkling drink. In its first year, Pemberton sold just 9 glasses of Coca-Cola a day for 5 cents a glass. Since then, the company has expanded ever so slightly, currently selling its products at an estimated rate of more than 1.9 billion servings a day. That's the equivalent, every day, to almost 1 in 4 people buying something from Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Company is one of the most recognized companies in the world, and it's certainly the world's biggest drink company. They control more than half the global market in carbonated soft drinks, as well as a substantial chunk of the somewhat larger non-carbonated segment.
So you can see they have a larger variety of soft drinks in the organization, whether it's related to juice, the energy drinks, the water, and the other flavored drinks as well.
It owns 4 of the world's 5 biggest selling soft drinks, with Coca-Cola being the world's best known and most valuable non-technology brand. Within its portfolio, the company holds more than 500 brands, including Fanta, Sprite, and Relentless. Within these, they produce over 3,500 varied products, spanning from sodas to bottled water to iced teas and coffees.
Look, if you're a business owner, then please don't make this mistake. Hey, this is Amit here.
Despite an estimated 94% of the world's population recognizing the red and white Coca-Cola logo, nearly 10% of their revenue, $41 billion, was spent on advertising and marketing campaigns last year. This astronomical $4 billion was spent on a diverse range of campaign tactics across multiple geographic regions. As with many in the world, ironically, the companies that are the most well recognized possessed the highest budget for their advertising and public image. Luckily, this hefty budget allows Coke to experiment and get creative with their marketing, providing the opportunity to remind us why they're as successful as they are. Now, what is the Coca-Cola brand built upon? Well, it's this secret: training our brains to associate the brand with a good feeling, be that happiness, relaxation, friends, love, anything, rather than the soda itself that makes them good at what they do. Now, we're going to go through a few examples here. First of all, let's have a look at the 2015 Christmas advert. For many, the arrival of the iconic "Holidays Are Coming" Coca-Cola truck, it's a highlight of the period, building excitement for Christmas. The ad might be 21 years old, but interest in it shows little sign of diminishing as it brings out everyone's nostalgic side. The focus of last year's A Coke for Christmas ad follows a young boy who aims to spread the joy through giving Coca-Cola to those who are making Christmas a reality, including a dad, a shop assistant, and Santa Claus himself. Now, the important aspects of the advert is that it targets the whole family. The ability to provide the experience for the entire family is essential. The commercial itself closely follows Coke's primary principles in their advertising. Rather than attempting to sell a drink, Coke focuses on selling an abstract positive concept, such as happiness, family, and sharing. As we can see, Coke have become experts at selling these non-concrete conceptions. This year's video, like many before it, remains true to their core values that they use in their marketing campaigns year-round. Along with this, Coke modified their traditional formula for advertising, adopting a more multi-channel approach. Traditionally, video, print, and physical advertising were the focal point of Coke's festive commercials. However, this year saw the addition of Coke TV and social media via hashtags and a Coke emoji. This was an attempt to broaden their influential radius. Now, the next example we're going to look at is called Share a Can. Now, Coke's Share Happiness campaign has been one of the key pillars of their advertising machine. This involved multiple previous strategies such as the Coke Hug Me machine and the hugely successful debranding tactic, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. However, the Coca-Cola Sharing Can may have successfully created the most literal rendition of sharing a Coke. The regular-looking can of Coke can be twisted to become 2 mini cans, allowing probably one of the easiest methods for sharing a Coke on the move. As part of the pilot project, Coke distributed its sharing can to thirsty Singaporeans and documented their surprised reactions. The document
So this was the marketing strategy which was being followed by Coca-Cola company, through which they are, if we talk about today's environment, still they have a good reputation, good brand, goodwill amongst all and against all the competitive drinks. So if I take an example of your field of your restaurant, the marketing mix, the focus and the outline of your marketing plan by considering all the pieces of marketing that should be like, if I talk about P, the menu offerings, if I talk about the price, the menu item pricing, if I talk about the place, the location and the competitive positioning, and if I talk about P, the promotion, the deals, the special offers, the promotional techniques you are offering regarding your products. So this was all about today's lecture. Thank you, students. I'll be sharing the PPT today. You can go through that. Thank you for today's lecture.